Hey all, it's Marco from Random Door Media, with some exciting news. Well, it's exciting to me anyways. Today I want to talk about the game Rising World. You see, this is a game that featured randomly generated terrain, item crafting, and a system to build structures and an extensive collection of blocks and textures. The game was released back in December 2014, and I started playing just after release. When I first played Rising World, I was reminded of the early days of Minecraft. It was a rather casual playstyle, and it was fun and exciting to explore the new world. I remember thinking to myself it kind of reminded me of like a Minecraft 2, or a sequel to Minecraft. Still in early access, I have been following the production of the game since it first appeared on the Steam store. Although the building system was one of the best that I have seen, I thought that the terrain generation was rather repetitive and the colors were bland overall. There was no water for a long time, and when it was added, it was static. For example, you could dig out the ground next to a pool and the water would not change. I had preferred playing the game in creative mode because the structure building was detailed and fun to use. But the game did offer a survival element. While playing in survival, your character could take damage and would get hungry and thirsty. The game had the option to gather food out in the wilderness like watermelons and corn, and it also had a farming system where you can grow your own crops. There were animals that could be hunted, and there were also some animals that hunted you. Although the development of the game was rather slow, the game received new content on a regular enough basis that it was not considered abandoned. But back in 2019, the lead developer, Red51, announced that development on the current version of the game would be suspended as the team worked on a newer version of the game engine. The new game engine had a static map, very little content, and updates were few and far apart. However, October 31st, 2022, the new version has had a very important update in the form of random terrain generation and large bodies of water. So according to the update news on the Rising World Steam store, the game now generates various huge islands surrounded by an infinite ocean. These islands contain many details like bays, lakes, and mountains. Tall mountain peaks are covered with snow. There are also temperate climate biomes available like diverse forests, and the game also generates various terrain details to keep the landscape rich in variety. Water is now dynamic, albeit still experimental. This means it will adapt to the terrain if you dig up the banks of a lake, for example. In creative mode, you can either place dynamic water or static water, which makes building a bit easier sometimes. There are also various new water-related tools available in creative mode now. However, this isn't the final water implementation yet, so this still has some limitations. There will be another dedicated water update in the future. In order to travel between islands, this update introduces two boats, a rowboat and a rigid inflatable boat. More vessels, especially larger ships, are planned. When creating a new world, you can also create super flat worlds similar to how this worked in the Java version, which was the previous version. Old demo worlds created prior to this update also stay compatible. If you wish to create a demo world, just use the seed demo. There are also new ores available that spawn underground, a new pumpkin plant, as well as various new items including a measuring tape, which allows you to measure the distance between 2 points, which is helpful when building. Another handy change affects the paint roller and paint brush. Right-click now brings up a color selection dialog, including a color picker. There's a ton of other quality of life features available, hotkeys for inventory, preview on blueprint items, etc. Backup functionality, especially relevant for multiplayer. We've done some optimizations to speed up the creative mode terrain and removal tools, and of course we've also fixed lots of bugs. So this is an update I'm kind of eager to get into. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump into the game and check out the new world, the new Rising World. Okay, here we are in the new Rising World world. Take a look out over the beautiful ocean. Listen to the beautiful waves. We started here on this beach, just like the old Minecraft days where we used to wake up on a beach. Already I'm liking the way the terrain looks. It doesn't have the sort of cloudy quality that the graphics had from the previous version. And this it isn't actually a beach. It looks like gravel, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gravel. Or it's digging up as stone. So maybe it's not a real beach. But let's test out the dynamic water. So if we dig a hole, the water does flow into it. Oh wow, you can even hear the sound effects of like stones dropping into the water. Doop, doop, doop. Now previously, even if you dug under the water, it would still just look like water on the surface. So let me see if I can dig down further. Oh, no, yeah, it is water all the way down. Well, I'm pretty happy with that so far. The other thing I was disappointed with the previous version of Minecraft, previous version of Rising World, is that there wasn't anything that was particularly mountainous. The landscape was basically mostly hills, and then it had like these, they couldn't be called mountains, they were like spiky hills. But this looks like what I would call a mountain. That definitely looks like a cliff. Something else I loved about Rising World was the tree falling mechanics. I love games that offer a tree falling mechanic like that in the game, and Rising World does it so well because it leaves a stump. He actually leaves the tree here, and then you can like chop up the tree into smaller logs. One of the many aspects I love about Rising World. So I'm pretty happy to see that they're working on a new engine with like nicer terrain so far. I'm going to keep walking along the shore to check out this, because it's supposed to be an island if I understand correctly from the description. Eventually we'll take a look at the top of the mountain, maybe even dig a tunnel through it. Let me just test the digging right here. Right now, I'm in creative mode, which is why the digging is so easy. Something else I want to test as well. In the previous version, whenever you went underground, it was like pitch black dark, regardless of what the sun was like outside. Where here, looks like they might have alleviated that, unless there's a light problem where there is no darkness at all. But we'll find out. I also love the natural way it looks, like how natural the ground looks when you dig it out like that. That is something about Minecraft. It's very easy to get into and easy to build because everything's a cube, but you also lose the realism because everything's a cube. It's games like this that have this smooth, randomly generated terrain, which I love. That's still nice. Oh, you can even hear background wilderness noises like birds chirping. Nice little variety of trees. So it looks like we're going to get into a forested area here. So I'm assuming this is just dirt. Yeah. Yeah, they said that ore spawned underground. And over here they have these, like, boulders. I can't remember if the previous version of Rising World had boulders. Let's take a look. Oh, and the boulders shatter and you get stone out of that. That's nice. Yeah, the boulders like that kind of remind me a bit of another randomly generated world with crafting and building, 7 Days to Die. Of course, that game is a lot more heavier on the survival. Oh, there's a pumpkin. You can pick up that. So I'll keep following the shore, and then eventually we'll head up. Because I see some terrain over there I kind of want to take a look at. So I'm wondering if that's like a plain with very few trees, or if it's just the view distance isn't showing me much. So we'll find out when we get closer. Oh, this looks like ore. So it's a boulder with laced with ore. Let's take a look. Yep, 9 iron ore I got out of that. Are these pickable? No. I imagine that's probably something that could be harvested with a sickle, maybe? Oh, there's some more iron. Yeah, because I'm in creative mode, it doesn't take that many swings to take down the boulders. So far, it's just like I'm taking a leisurely walk through a park. It's sunny out. Birds are chirping. There's a pleasant wind blowing through the area. Makes me wish I brought a tent along and go camping. Okay, so there's a little gully area here. I'm going to keep going in this direction, so we'll take a look at this area, which I saw from over there. Wonder what the boats are going to look like. Maybe I'll spawn one of those eventually. I'll take a look at that. Small stone. Oh, let me just pick it up. Okay, yeah, this looks like sort of a... Not a plains, not flat like a plains, but like a meadow. A rolling hill meadow. Now, because I'm in creative mode, I could be going into fly. Like, I could initiate fly mode, but I want to see everything from the first-person point of view, and I thought that'd be nicer to show everything off to anybody watching the video. There's like a little gully with some pine trees. Haven't seen any animals yet. Perhaps, yeah, perhaps animals aren't in the game yet. God, it just looks so nice. The terrain just looks very realistic. I can see that the trees are repeating, like the trees look very similar, but when they're spread out, spaced out enough like that, it doesn't matter. It's the tree placement makes them look realistic. And what's this thing? The boulder? It's not just a boulder, stone. But it's a different looking boulder, so that's neat. I love the shadows. This looks like a realistic forest that I could be walking in real life. One of the things about these survival games, even going all the way back to Minecraft, is sometimes I like to just walk around and view the scenery. And this game really has that. Like this little lake here, that'd be nice. I'd probably set up a camp down there. Set up my starting base. Okay, I'm going to try to get to the top of this hill, see if we can find anything interesting on the other side. And then maybe we'll double back and take a look at the hill over there, or the mountain. Oh, there's another body of water over here. Interesting, because I want to see how high the mountains go here. One of the things I missed about the previous version of Rising World was not being able to make a decent mountain top base, or like make a village on the top of a mountain. Because as I said before, which I'm saying again just to reiterate, is that there weren't any mountains there, and basically just tall, spiky hills. So I'm going to go down here, we'll go up the other side, we'll take a look at the top of this hill, see how tall it is. And then I'm going to try tunneling through the ground and see what that looks like. Like I'll dig a bigger tunnel than the tunnel I built over there. It's got that footstep sound, so you can hear you walking across gravel, walking across dirt, walking across stone. Yep, those all have different footstep sounds. Yeah, this is pretty tall, and the landscape variety maintains. Nothing there. Yeah, it still has quite a ways to go. I would imagine that my older worlds would not be compatible. So anything that I liked that I built in the previous version, I'll have to restart again. Usually when I play games like this, if I go into creative mode, I just like building like towns. I usually just like building a variety of buildings next to each other with roads and whatnot. There we go. I think we're approaching the top of the mountain. So this isn't a mountain because he said that mountains would actually top with snow. So this would just be like a tall hill. What do we got here? Hemp fibers. And look at that tree right at the very peak. It's not the biggest, but that is like the most majestic tree right here at the top of the mountain. And it's got a buddy too. What? Oh, look at the bark on that one. I don't want to chop it down. I wanted to chop it down to see what kind of wood it is, but the way they're standing there at the peak, I don't want to take them down. So here we have another valley, and it looks like another forest. Is this anything? No. You can tell something is something when you get like a little icon appearing over it, indicating that you can pick it up. And by something, I mean something that can be harvested. It's material that you can probably make something out of. Yeah, we'll head around here a little bit further. And then if nothing catches my eye, I'll start tumbling into the side of a hill. Kind of see what the tunnel looks like. Ooh, look over there. I thought I heard something. I thought I heard like either a sheep baying or a bee, but I don't think there's... Hey, look, a fallen log. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think the update note said something about there will be like just random terrain features too. Another open meadow. Is this a sapling or is this a... Yep. Does it get anything? Nothing. I'm going to head to the top of this mountain so we can look around again. And then maybe I'll dig a tunnel through it. That last attempt at digging is any indication, there might not be any darkness yet. So I might not need a light source. Some more hemp fibers. Those aren't pick-upable. Another tree right at the peak. Yeah, that's a mighty tree. Ah, there we go. We've reached the other side of the island, so we're surrounded here. Let's go down a little bit. And let's start digging through the ground. I'm not going to dig all the way through, I just want to dig far enough to see if we come across anything. Like, is that dirt or is that ore? Looks like it's just dirt. So there's no darkness because we're a decent way... Oh, I'm going up. We're a decent way into the side and there's no darkness yet, so I guess that hasn't been added in. I'm perfectly fine with that. It just means we don't have to worry about torches or lanterns for a while. Oh, now it's starting to get dimmer, and there's a bit of an echoey sound too. Oh yeah, it's definitely getting darker. Let me take a look at our. See if we can build something. Maybe I can build a light. So at the bottom are the F key options. So we have. This is your equipped stuff. F5 are the terrain tools, which I see the option over on the right hand side. Raise and lower. I guess it's creating water. F6 is the placement tool. We got plants and items and blocks. F7 is removal tool. I'm not going to go into details about this yet. I am just pointing these out. This is what's available. F8, tools not available. F9 is more area tools. Let's go back to here and go to the inventory. Okay, so we don't have any equipment. Crafting's over here. Oh, here we go. General. Workbenches. Building. Wow, I can't wait to start looking into this into detail. Electricity. Vehicles. Boats. Rowboat. Selected variant. Base kits. Paddles and storage. Slings, fun and games. Soccer on a soccer goal. Is this stuff all available right now? Craft that. Clothing. Looks like nothing yet. Medical. First aid. Equipment. General. Measuring tape. Megaphone. Okay. Oh, spotlight. Just give me that. Can I craft that? Okay, and my inventory. Put that over here. There we go. Of course, digging. Oh, the light stays on. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, I'm just going to end it here because this is just supposed to be an introduction of the new Rising World. Randomly generated terrain and water, and it looks like there's plenty to explore now. I'm going to have to play around with the game a bit more, and maybe I'll do another video on it. I'll take a look at some of the crafting items, maybe I'll build something. If you're interested, the Rising World game is available on the Steam store. One final look out over the landscape. There. Okay, that's all I'm going to show for now. So the game is currently available on the Steam store. It has a mostly positive review, which it's had that review for pretty much the entire time that the game has been available. It's currently $16.99 Canadian, which works out to about $12.48 American. If you're interested, pick up the game. If you want to see more videos on Rising World, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you liked the video, leave a like. Take care all.